Hi, mathematicians. Well, I guess I'm so glad we talked about decimal points and things like that in our groups because I made that whole video explaining all kinds of things, and all of it was silent because for some reason with my projector, my audio won't work with the screen recorder or the record method I'm trying. So we'll try to get that fixed up. Thanks for being patient and getting through it anyways. So today, lesson 13, Friday. It's about I can build fluency for addition within 100. So really, you're just working on solving more problems like the ones you've been solving, the 2-digit plus 2-digit, and making proof drawings. Those are your hundreds, tens, and ones to show that that really makes sense. And so those are also called place value drawings. So just keep practicing these. Let's take a look at a couple of them closer. So in exercise 1, 36 plus 15, do we need to do we make a new 10 when we do this? So let's see. Let's look at our ones place. 6 and 5. Are we going to make a 10? Yes. Why? Because there are 11 ones. 6 and 5 makes 11. And 11 ones is more than 9 ones. So if it's more than 9 ones, we're making a 10, right? So 11 is 10 and 1 extra 1. So yes, we made a 10. Do we need to make a new 10 when we add exercise 2, 64 plus 23? Let's look at our ones. 4 plus 3. Are we going to have enough to make a 10? Thumbs up or thumbs down? No. Why? Because there are 7 ones. 4 plus 3 equals 7. And 7 ones is less than 9 ones. If it's less than 9 ones, if it's 9 or less, then we don't make a 10. And so then number 3, exercise 3. Do we make a new 10 here? Thumbs up or thumbs down? No. Why? There are only 5 ones, which is 9 or less. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 ones do not make a 10. All right, and here's problem 13 from page 124. So are we going to need to make a 10 here? Yeah, 9 and 1 makes a 10, right? So then when we have one more 10, it's like having 5 10s instead of just 4 here, right? And 5 and 5, yeah, makes 10 10s. So 10 10s are equal to what? 100. So here we need to make a new 10 and a new 100. Sometimes you'll make only a new 10. Sometimes you'll make only a new 100. Sometimes you'll do both. Continue solving the problems on page 123. Try to work independently to complete this page. See if you can do it on your own. Raise your hand for help if you need it. Well, that's not going to work here, is it? But ask a parent if you need some help with this. And then try to work quickly, but not so quickly that you make mistakes. So you want to be efficient. Okay, so use one of the strategies that we've learned, like new groups below, or show all totals, or expanded form, and your quick tens and ones drawings to make sure that you are being accurate as well as trying to be quick. Accuracy is the most important part. That means getting them correct and not making lots of mistakes. So record a new 10 large enough so that you can see it. So when you need a new 10, when we made a 6 and 5 make 11, then record your new 10 big enough that you can see it if you're using new groups below. And of course, if you're using show all totals, that should be big enough. Then there's more problems on the back for page 124. So you might want to break this up and do some over the weekend instead of all on Friday. And maybe each day you want to play the game. I'll show you that next. Remember that you can use your secret code cards as you're adding for another method, and here's a game to play with it. So this is in your book right after page 123 and 124. So maybe you would like to do half of the math one day and the game, and play the game again the next day and do the other half of your math. That might be a good strategy to get all of that done. Let's talk a little bit about Monday's lesson very quickly. So we talked about it in groups today as well. So you can kind of tell yourself a little story about any of the problems. So here we've got 2-digit numbers. Again, 2 digits just mean 2 numbers next to each other that when placed together mean a total of a certain number, like 29. 17 and 48 are all 2-digit numbers. Anything 100 or higher, all the way to 999, are 3-digit numbers. Okay, so remember you can add the numbers in any order. So I could do 29 plus 17, or I could do 17 plus 48 first, and then add 29 in. So, but you have to make sure to include all 3 numbers and use your proof drawings to prove your hundreds, tens, and ones that it makes sense. So again, you can do it in different ways. Claudio added these 2 numbers first, Gina added these 2 numbers first, and Otto added these 2 numbers first, and then they made sure to show that total and add their final answer. And all 3 of them got the same thing. Victoria chose another way. She just lined them all up in vertical form, added all of the ones together, and notice there's really tiny there that she got. When she added 9 and 7 and 8, she got 24 ones. So instead of a new 10 there, notice she wrote a tiny 2 in the tens place. That means the 20 in the 24. So if you have more than 10 ones, if you have more than 1 10, just record how many tens when you added things all together. So again, this is Monday's work, but you could get started on it early if you're excited about it. So adding 3 2-digit numbers is on page 127. So line it up vertically, either 2 or all 3 numbers at a time, and show your proof drawing. Tell yourself some stories about these. Why are we adding 15 plus 29 plus 36? Maybe you had 15 blue marbles and 29 red ones and 36 multicolor ones. How many marbles do you have altogether? Whatever you want to pretend you're adding up, right? Tell yourself a story about it. And even when we're using word problems, we need to show our proof drawings with our hundreds, tens, and ones, quick drawings, and our vertical form. So even when we have word problems, again, we don't just want the number bond. That's good, but now you also need to add the proof drawing. So I hope you play this game with someone at least once this weekend, and try it out and keep getting better at your 2-digit addition. Have fun, mathematicians.